In an age where material wealth often dictates the rhythms of society, turning to the Bible for financial wisdom might seem unconventional. Yet the Bible offers profound insights on money that resonate deeply even in our modern economy. These scriptural principles challenge the prevailing narratives of accumulation and consumption, providing a blueprint for financial management that prioritizes generosity, stewardship, and divine trust. Let's discuss some key principles. Generosity, a core biblical principle. Generosity is not merely an action, but a state of heart, extensively endorsed throughout the Bible. It transcends the mere act of giving, embodying a life lived openly and freely. In the miraculous feeding of the 5,000, Jesus demonstrates that divine generosity can defy human limitations. This story not only highlights the power of sharing, but also the multiplication of our limited resources when surrendered to God. Generosity, as depicted in the Bible, starkly contrasts the modern-day obsession with accumulation. It calls for a shift from getting to giving, which enriches not just the receiver but the giver as well. Another principle to keep in mind is stewardship, managing God's gifts. The Bible introduces stewardship as a profound responsibility to manage what we are given. It's not about ownership, but about management of God's resources, in trust for Him. Stories like that of Joseph, who managed Egypt's resources to save nations from famine, underscore the significance of wise stewardship. These narratives teach us about the foresight and responsibility required in handling resources. Applying these principles today involves making wise investments, saving responsibly, and considering the ethical dimensions of our financial decisions. It highlights a steward-like approach to resource management that transcends personal gain. Let's discuss trusting in God's divine provision. Trusting in God's provision is a foundational element of biblical financial wisdom. It encourages a reliance on God's sustenance rather than our own efforts alone. Scriptures like Matthew 6:33, where Jesus advises to seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be added to you, reassure us of God's reliable provision. This principle invites us to replace financial anxiety with faith-driven peace, trusting that our needs will be met as we align ourselves with divine priorities. Let's explore the parable of the talents told by Jesus. This story serves as a critical lesson in utilizing God-given resources wisely. It's not just about money, but about maximizing what we have for the greater good. The servant who multiplies his talents is praised for his diligence and foresight, while the one who hides his talent is reprimanded. This parable teaches us that inaction and fear are not suitable responses to the gifts we've been granted. In personal finance, this translates to active engagement with our resources, investing wisely, and always preparing for future needs. The Bible does not shy away from discussing the spiritual hazards of wealth. It contains stark warnings about the risks of wealth becoming a master rather than a tool. The story of the rich young ruler, who couldn't part with his wealth to follow Jesus, illustrates how riches can anchor the soul to earthly concerns. This narrative warns against allowing wealth to define our identity or dictate our life's path. These teachings are especially pertinent today, where wealth often equates to success and power, urging a reevaluation of our values and priorities. The Bible's stance on debt is clear. It should be approached with caution. Proverbs 22 verse 7 warns that the borrower is servant to the lender, highlighting the potential loss of freedom that comes with debt. Teachings emphasize avoiding excessive debt and encourage living within one's means. This not only ensures financial autonomy, but also aligns with biblical values of stewardship and responsibility. Practical steps include budgeting, avoiding unnecessary loans, and planning major expenditures carefully, ensuring that debt does not control our financial decisions or our lives. In the biblical framework, giving is as much a blessing as receiving. The Acts of the Apostles describe how early Christians shared everything they had, ensuring no one was in need. This spirit of mutual support not only strengthens community bonds, but also ensures that the act of giving benefits all parties involved. It fosters a culture of generosity that can transform entire communities, Engaging in such reciprocal giving today can lead to richer, more connected lives, where the focus shifts from individual accumulation to communal well-being. Paul speaks of learning to be content in every situation, a principle that holds profound implications for personal finance. Contentment isn't about complacency, it's about peace amidst circumstance. This teaching advises us to find satisfaction in what we have, rather than being perpetually dissatisfied by what we lack. Such a mindset not only brings inner peace but also prevents the constant pursuit of more, which can lead to financial imprudence. Embracing contentment can radically alter our financial behaviors, encouraging savings over spending and long-term satisfaction over short-term gratification. The biblical concept of legacy is about stewarding our resources not only for our lifetime, but for the benefit of future generations. Abraham's story is a prime example, as his actions secured blessings for his descendants. Planning for the future involves more than saving. It encompasses investing in ways that uphold biblical values and ensure a positive impact beyond our own lives. This can include ethical investing, charitable giving, and creating opportunities for others. Such forward-thinking financial planning fosters a legacy of generosity and wisdom, echoing through generations. When wealth becomes an idol, it also becomes our downfall. Jesus illustrated this in the parable of the rich fool, which teaches the foolishness of trusting in riches without keeping God as the center of one's life. Luke 12:14-21. Jesus, who knows our hearts, warned us about trying to serve two masters. Luke 16:13. We cannot love the Lord our God with all our heart, soul, mind, and strength if we also love money. Mark 12:30. God will not share his throne. The Bible warns that money can easily become an idol. Though your riches increase, do not set your heart on them. Psalm 62:10. With abundance, we may become spiritually lazy, believing our wealth will sustain us. This leads our hearts to resist self-sacrifice and shifts our focus from eternal treasures to earthly possessions. Jesus highlighted this challenge by saying it is easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich person to enter the kingdom of God. Mark 10:25. He also warned, watch out, be on your guard against all kinds of greed. Life does not consist in an abundance of possessions. Luke 12:15. The Bible, a cornerstone of spiritual guidance for billions, offers profound insights on money that resonate deeply even in our modern economy. These scriptural principles challenge the prevailing narratives of accumulation and consumption, providing a blueprint for financial management that prioritizes generosity, stewardship, and divine trust. God bless you.